Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brad again, and thanks for coming to chill in the lounge today. And in today's video for you guys, considering that Halloween is just right around the corner, I figured that I would bring to you guys my version of Control Zombies that I have here in spirit of Halloween coming up. And if by chance you're new to the lounge, then feel free to hit that like button down below if you like this deck profile. And if you want to see more deck profiles and openings and whatnot in the future, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below as well. It would really mean a lot. And let's see what kind of spooky sweet heat we got in this deck profile and get right into it, boys. Alright guys, and starting off with the main deck, we play 3 copies of our Uni Zombie. This is the main guy that you want to see in your opening hand whenever you're starting the game. And he has 2 separate effects whenever he is on the field. His first effect is that you can target a face-up monster on the field, and you can discard a card, and if you do, then you increase their level by 1. And then he has a secondary ability where you can target a face-up monster on the field, and you can send a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard, and it's just very great utility to start getting into your zombie plays, whether it's getting Banshee into the graveyard so you can get your zombie world, Mizuki so you can keep on using his effect to recur monsters from the graveyard, Bloom so you can get to your Baalrak, many different ways that Uni Zombie can be versatile and helpful. And if by chance you don't open Uni Zombie, then this guy right here is the next best card. You play triple copies of Shiranui Solitaire. He has an effect where you can tribute a zombie type monster for cost, and you can special summon a zombie tuner from your deck with a defense that has 0, which is going to be your Uni Zombie. And then that is usually the main effect that you use with. And then he has a secondary ability as well that has to do with your Shiranuis. Again, I wouldn't really say unless you're playing, Shiranui zombies. It's more or less his effect is to tribute to, so you can get your Uni Zombie out if by chance you don't get him in the main opening hand. And then next we play triple copies of Mizuki. He is a great extender, very easy to get into the graveyard, and his effect is not once per turn, so you can banish it to special summon a zombie from your graveyard. And when you have Zombie World on the field, it makes every monster in your graveyard a zombie, so you can basically use him to monster reborn any monster from your graveyard, which is really good. I would definitely recommend 3. And then next, we play 2 copies of our Necro World Banshee. Being able to use Uni Zombie, whether you open her or she's in the deck, because it's very easy to grind through cards in the deck and get whatever cards that you need. Because if you have one piece, like Uni Zombie and something else in hand, you'll just send the other like Banshee or whatever you need to the graveyard just to get your plays going. So 2 I think is a good number. This is more or less a dump so you can get Zombie World on the field, and then if by chance she is face up on the field, then Zombie World cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and it can't be targeted by their card effects either. And then next, we play the big boss daddy himself, Doom King Baalrak, as my buddy X says from OTK Machines, Baalrak for Prez, and he's the boss monster of the deck. Very good boss monster at that. During the standby phase, if there's a field spell on either player's field zone and he is in the graveyard, then you can special summon him to your side of the field in defense position. And then on either player's turn, if a zombie monster's effect is activated anywhere, it could be the hand, field, graveyard, anywhere. And if Zombie World is on the field, then it makes both monsters on each side of the field and graveyard zombies. So basically you can use him to interact with any kind of monster effect or anything. And he has 2 separate abilities. You can use each of them in the same turn. They just can't be used in the same chain. And his first ability is if a monster effect is if a zombie monster effect is activated, then you can negate the effect. And then he also has a secondary ability where you can banish a monster on the field or the graveyard. So very good utility, very difficult to deal with as well, especially if he's in the graveyard, because 99% of the time yourself or your opponent is going to have a field spell on their side of the field. So he's going to be coming back during the standby phase anyway, so he's very good. And then last for our zombies, we play just 1 copy of the Glow Up Bloom, because again, we want to be able to extend and whatnot in the deck, and if by chance you use his ability, then you're locked into only special summoning zombies for the rest of the turn, which, can be a downer. It really depends on your kind of opening hand and where you are in the combo. He's usually just to get out your Doom King Baalrak, but other than that, that's just his main utility. And then just for some other extenders that we have in the deck, and I know I'm going to get some hate for this for the mismatched rarities, but we play triple copies of Parallel Exceed. I will get my super soon. I got one for now at least. But this is an amazing card that came out of Eternity Code a little while back. Just very, very easy to make rank 4 monsters with him, whether it be like Abyss Dweller, Baguska, any other certain rank 4s like Tornado Dragon, I don't know, depending on the type of deck and style that you're playing. But a very good extender so you can get an easier rank 4 on the field, and Abyss Dweller is very devastating in today's format. We play 2 copies of Cockle-Doodle-Doo, just because this little bad boy right here is a tuner, and if there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon them from your hand as a level 3, and then if by chance your opponent controls a monster and you have no monsters, you can also just special summon him from your hand and he becomes a level 4. So either way, he's a tuner, he special summons himself, easy to get into the help plays, and also helps you to progress further with any sort of plays. If by chance your Uni Zombie was to get like, you know, Ash or something like that with this already on the field, at least you can get into Link 2 or something like that and, you know, kind of keep going with your plays. So very, very good utility there. And then we play a small danger package. 1 Nessie, 1 Tsuchinoko, and 1 Jackalope, just because, again, this is zombies. If by chance they don't hit one of these, you get a special summon and you get to draw a card, and if they do hit one of them, or even one of your other zombie monsters, you know, chances are you're going to be able, like Mizuki or something, you're going to be able to use that monster's effect in the graveyard just to keep on going and keep on extending, so dangers are always a great option to play in zombies. And then our last little extender piece is the 1 Plague Spreader Zombie. I've thought of playing more than one, but I think just for now, you know, he's an okay card if he gets milled off of anything, or if you send him with Uni Zombie, or even if you get him off of Hulk. Very easy to get back onto the field and, you know, just keep on abusing, but, you know, he's pretty good. And then last for our monster lineup, we play triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It is a zombie monster, so if by chance you have Baalrak on the field, and you use Ash Blossom to stop an opponent's monster effect or something like that, you can actually chain your Baalrak, so you can banish their monster that they have on the field, or if there's a problematic monster in the graveyard, like, you know, Golden Lord or something like that, then you can use the Baalrak to be able to banish, you know, Golden Lord or whatever's problematic at that point in time. But Ash is, you know, always a good hand trap option. And that is last for the monster lineup of the deck. And then next for the spells, we play triple copies of our Zombie World. Again, amazing field spell. Very underrated in today's format. This really stops a lot of plays, whether it be like going into Isold because you need warriors, or if it's, you know, the rocket link or whatever you want to call it. You know, you need to have a dragon monster or whatever to go into your LP and all that, and to be able to continue. With everything being zombie, you can't even go into your link plays and all that. So Zombie World is really an amazing card. It also keeps you from tributing as well, so you can't get like sphere moded or anything like that. You can still get in a beard because it's a special summon, not a tribute summon, but still, very good field spell. And we play 2 copies of our Super Poly. Again, because we'll get into the extra deck a little later on, there's a couple of good tech options for our Super Poly, and it's usually always live whenever you have Zombie World on the field. Just a really good interruption, and your opponent can't respond to it, so what more to ask for, right? And then for the last of our spells, we play 1 copy of Reasoning, because everything in the deck has various levels, and again, it's zombies, so if by chance they mill anything like, you know, say Mizuki or, you know, Plague Spreader, or, you know, even if they don't hit it and you get to special summon like a Solitaire or Uni Zombie, you know, Reasoning is just an amazing card. There's a reason that it's at 1. Haha, ba-dum-ps. We have the 1 Pot of Avarice, and the 1 Instant Fusion. Again, you're going to see with our options in the extra deck, Instant Fusion is a really good extending card, and going second, you know, it can also be beneficial as well. And that is it for our spells of the deck. And then for the traps, we just play triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. Again, probably the best hand trap in today's game. Everyone knows what it does. I don't need to explain. I should not have to explain Impermanence at this point in time. And the last trap of the deck is triple copies of Rivalry of Warlords, because everyone already knows, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is a control version of this zombie build, and whenever you have Zombie World plus Rivalry on the field, and your opponent slaps a monster on the board, and you flip this up, more than likely they're not playing the game anymore. So, awesome card to have. I mean, if by chance you draw more than one in your opening hand, which, you know, is unlikely, but, you know how games can get. You know, it's a little sad, but, you know, even so, Rivalry is a great floodgate, keeps your opponent from getting more monsters on the field. And that is all for that. So that's the main deck, guys. 40 cards in the main, and let's show you the spicy sweet heat we got here in the extra. And we will start off here with our 1 copy of Linkuriboh, 1 copy of Link Cross. This is more or less just for our Halify Rax place, or Halify Rax. I never know what to call it anymore because everyone's always calling it something different. We play the 1 IP Masquerena. This is more or less to have on your opponent's turn, so you can get into your Avramax, which we will get into in a second. And then we have our Crystron Halify boy, and him. Everyone already knows what he does. He helps get your Plague Spur out in this instance, because you don't really want to go into the bloom. I mean, you can use him to at least have like an extender, but you don't want to use his effect because he'll lock you into zombies for the rest of the turn. But, you know, regardless. We have the 1 copy of Vampire Sucker, and the 1 Avramax, as I mentioned, just for the IP Masquerena, because Avramax is a very problematic boss monster for your opponent to deal with, especially if you have like Avramax and Baalrak on the field. It's more than likely GG for your opponent. You know, really, really good. And then for the instant fusion targets, for going second, if by chance you are going second, we have the Thousand Eyes Restrict, just a little interruption so you can suck up your opponent's monster, and that's why, one of the reasons why we play the Linkuriboh as well. And then if by chance you're going first, we have the Millennium Eyes Restrict. This is just to keep you from getting hand trapped or anything, or ashed, or Droll Unlock, you know, anything like that, you know, whenever you send your Uni Zombie to the grave to, you know, or like, you know, Shiranui Solitaire or Uni Zombie, anything like that, you know, just to keep your opponent from hand trapping, you know, so he's very, very good as well. And then we have our 2 Drago Necro Nether Soul Dragons. This is our super poly target. It just takes 2 zombie monsters to make. Very, very good card. Monsters that he fight can't be destroyed by battle, and at the end of the damage step, if he battles a monster, basically the monster survives, but you get a token with that that matches that monster's attack and defense. And then your opponent's monster's attack becomes 0. So you usually use your token that you make to run over that monster, just so you can get an extra body on board. But a really, really cheeky card that you can use. But again, just the fact that he's just 2 zombie monsters, so you can interrupt him with super poly just before your opponent can get into their Halify Rax or IP or, you know, anything like that. And then we play the 1 copy of our Martial Metal Marcher, the 1 Herald of the Arclight. You know, I'm sure you guys already know where this is going. And the 1 copy of the Borreload Savage Dragon. And then last, for a couple of the rank 4s, we play the 1 copy of Baguska, just for monster negates. And the 1 Abyss Dweller, because Abyss Dweller is probably one of the best XYZs in the current format. And with Parallel Exceed and, you know, using Mizuki to get other monsters back, it's really, really easy to get into rank 4s and, you know, even any of these plays, really. And yeah, that's it for today's deck profile, guys. So if you have any questions on the deck profile or cards or choices, then feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you like this deck profile and you want to see more in the future, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe down below. And I will be looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I'm probably going to be working on, I'm thinking a Trickstar deck profile, more of like a trick and treat, or trick or treat kind of theme, since Halloween is right here. You know, we had the zombies, and so now we gotta have the treats with the Trickstars. So we will catch you guys next time, and thanks for coming to hang out in the lounge. Everyone take care and stay chill. Peace.